Anything new? Shall I turn this around to you? Camera?
You're locked there.
We're back around to different. Anyway, make sure this American Zen master got a shield by there, like ease, where it's showing up. There are 5 time zone teaching, we call it teaching. They were teaching in this moment, present time, giving lecture, preaching in entire whole universe. That's what that means. Five times, you know that. That's Tripitaka, 5 times teaching is. Number 1 is Flower Ornament Sutra. 21 days, 3 weeks, 21 days. You guys supposed to attend Supreme Enlightenment, 21 days. Longer than that, so we call it a little slow. Yeah, 3 weeks called. 3 weeks days, the Flower Ornament Sutra is. That's fully attend Enlightenment. That calls Anyuttara Samyak Sambhava. That's Dharma. That's it. All the 49 years of Buddha came, human being body for 80 years living in here. That he preached by only Anyuttara Samyak Sambhava. That's one genuine Dharma is. That's what dividing got down. United States stand by 5 time zone and 50 state. That's basic. 50 state means body of eagle. Eagle has 5 eyes, right? 5 eyes means they need body. That's very logical. There are 50 state means that's one thought, one consciousness. One consciousness means one alaya consciousness. They're called emptiness. If alaya consciousness, it's Allah God or one God, it's attain enlightenment, they turn into, direct us. Or just our standing king-like. Because of the 8 alaya consciousness has leaking mind. One room has 2 rooms, I told you. One is master, another one is not enlightened. That's called the leaking mind. In order to patching the leaking mind, it was 3 ways to go up. Start. Number one is low house, higher house. Lawmakers. 2. That's both of my emptiness. And then alaya consciousness emptiness too, right? Triple emptiness. Make triple emptiness. That's what it is. Number 2 is called White House, 16th Street, right? 16th Street. 6 consciousness 3 times. Called 18, but the brain goes 3 times. So 16 Street. Yeah. 6 consciousness root in your body, everybody's bodies. And 6 consciousness self. And 6 consciousness perception of 6 consciousness. That's 3. They are emptiness, triple emptiness. White House, very potential, clean cut. If 8 alaya consciousness include 4 emptiness, we can go 5 emptiness, no problem. 3 emptiness, perfect. And we do the one low house, higher house, lawmakers, and White House, 3 emptiness, and another one, on-time justice, on-time justice. Double emptiness, and go to supreme enlightenment, triple enlightenment. Supreme Court means supreme enlightenment. There are 9 members, 9 Amalya consciousness, not alaya consciousness. In alaya consciousness, one not enlightened, leaking mind, the patchy, that's called ninth consciousness, we call it. You get it? That's what three-way proved. And go get there three kayas. Route 1 and Route 50 merging the Annapolis ocean time. And Dharma kaya standing ocean time. Entire whole water carrying in the ocean, one taste, salt. Right? One taste, that's Dharma kaya. Second is Sambho kaya, perfect. 32 marks and 80 good marks, good point. That's called museum, time museum. Whole entire whole world history talking about. Way before only history goes only centuries, right? Centuries, and the modern century 1,000 billion years back. We call the kalpa. Of the century called kalpa. The kalpa is eternal, no matter what time, forever. That's called Nirvana. Nirvana color is red. Right? Red skin, Washington DC. Red skin is not American Indians, not that insult. Nirvana color is red skin. Intelligent people, they don't look at the American Indians. It goes, red skin means Nirvana, color of Nirvana. Nirvana only four: no birth, no begin, no ends, no birth, no death. Number two, happiness, unnameable happiness. It is true happiness, it's not true, not happiness. That's not happiness. Duality is not happiness. And then third is freedom of mind, they're called prime enlightenment. Mind over prime enlightenment. Therefore you get operates mind. Others, mind operates you. All form would, operate you. Then the bodily sick, mindly sick, and poor body, you get poor. Worship people, they injured, they're crippled. Little by little, give money over the hospital, and then later say, bankruptcy. That's happening. And then, number four is Nirvana is called Pure Land. Pure Land owner is Amitabha Buddha. That's called Supreme Enlightenment. Prime Enlightenment, Supreme Enlightenment. Prime Enlightenment belongs to Earth, form Earth. Supreme Enlightenment is emptiness. It belongs to God and heaven. God and heaven. God or same meaning, but God, heaven, Bodhisattvas. And time course 5 times John. And Aham means Hinayana, we call it grade school. Grade school, 12 years. Grade school means cause and effect, the mind world. That's 12 years to that. And the Mahayana means Mahayana textbooks. They call it as God and heaven. That only goes 8 years. But used to be 12 years, 8 years, that's it, education. But one more year, add up 9 years now. Because you all spend time at school, 21 years. Used to be 2 decades, that's good enough. And that's maximum degree is PhD. That's what university means. Yeah. And after that, 21 years in Parajuna, on time justice, or triple emptiness, or lower house, higher house. Lower house, higher house, they don't need the education PhDs, but they can elect it by people, 50 states.
Is on time justice the same as triple emptiness?
Triple emptiness, yes. If in time means in emptiness, believe in God means that mind matters. On time means get over, mind over. No more mind over. You're on water all the time. Not just Jesus Christ on water. Everybody's on water. We breathe in water, breathe out carbon water too. Both of water. You are operating. Right? Get it? And the 21 years the on time prajna or parameter, 6 parameter word. In scripture is very complicated. Just take long time to master it. But American we already done. We take over, take advantage. On time justice, so easy. One word you can get over, but rather than 21 years you spend time. And then Lotus Sutra is 8 years, and also Nirvana Sutra plus called 8 years. So altogether 29 years, and back 2 decades, 49 years. The 5 time zone teaching. That's called prime enlightenment. Prime enlightenment is eagle eye. Prime enlightenment, Nirvana palace. Nirvana palace means Nirvana port state. Washington DC means DC doesn't belong to state, neither city either, right? That's a district of Columbia. That means four pieces made. That's a Nirvana ones. That's called red skin, not red skin. Nirvana color is red. Or Chinese flag is entire red. Yeah. And top of that yellow star. One large star and 4 small stars. That means 4 heaven and then 1 enlightenment. They represent it. But they grouped, they didn't go with 8 Aliyah consciousness. 50 states. The blue color, 50 states. In the Taoism China, they represent in blue and red. The Korean flag is red and blue in and out. They represent it. And every corner, they are itching. Point. Koreans so really well obeyed in Chinese culture. Another was puppy dog in China. That's what we call it.
Kind of historically they're connected. Right?
Very, they're
close.
fighting so much, they killed each other so much, for one another. There's also same race anyway. Red skin.
Why Nirvana colors red?
Yellow is when the burning the red, go copper color turn out. Your suntan is copper color. Yeah, Buddha Sagam is same thing. He has same copper color. He was a red skin. It's not gray skin. Called Nirvana. Nirvana color is red. And then 3 ways proved triple emptiness, and it goes 3 kayas. Route 15, Route 1 merging to ocean, Annapolis to ocean. Another one, Route 1, Route 15 merges in national museums, all kind of museums. Okay. Another Constitution Avenue and Route 50 all federal facilities going on. That's called 3 kayas. Get it? You make sure that you already have so easy to get your feet going up right away. Other people they were writing open scriptures on take care of the commands and so many steps going on. That's very common. American Zen master is so easy already take advantage. And then after that you go with 50 states each one over. You know that? Philadelphia is eagle.
Sorry?
Philadelphia is eagle.
Oh, Philadelphia Eagle?
Philadelphia Eagle. I mean, Eagle doesn't come from the federal government. Eagle come from certain state,
Independent.
colonial state that start come. We call it Philadelphia Eagle. They start from Philadelphia, right? That's the number one state is Delaware. Because I didn't study American history. I came here, look at it, I had to learn by myself.
It was almost a turkey.
Oh, is that true?
Yes.
Almost
yes.
turkey?
Yeah, I think Benjamin Franklin wanted it to be a turkey.
Also, the first 13 state, that means one is yourself, another 12 causality. That's called. Red line comes, red, white line, 13 come from there. Yeah. That's why they start from there, and the federal government made their logo eagle, not logo. Right? That's all the 50 states means 8 alaya consciousness. One genuine original consciousness means 8 alaya consciousness. Yeah. And then if that one emptiness they took, and one God took it, the dictators, that's out of line. Enlightenment, there's no such thing as dictators. Everybody's equality, no discrimination. In heaven, in earth, in God, in hell, no matter where they are, equality, no discrimination. We don't discriminate dog shit and salad gold, right? We don't discriminate. That's why what the genuine meaning of a Buddha, it's dry dung stick. It's Gosung and represented. What the God means, and your nose sticking into your dog shit. That's mean the definition of God is, right? That's what Gosung means. Yes. Those kind of Gosung you get through. 1,200 Gosungs come from all the scriptures, Buddhist scriptures. If you want to know the Gosung, look, open scriptures rather than sit down, what is this? Chinese Buddhism, fifth patriarch teacher talking about, I have one thing. It says, can sleep, can eat, can yelling, can smiling, happy and unhappy, everything. So-called mind. It's not mind. What is it? He teaches mind work. But he wasn't genuine, perfect master. That's what we call a C-grade master. If he is merely good, once you know mind, reality of mind, you know mind is Nirvana, no difference. You gotta teach it that. And he teaches mind. All the Chinese masters come from the mind matter. Prima mind matter. I told you, you eat chicken and you get it in dog feed. That's what I told you. That's not a way to describe. Mind over, say again. As long as mind sticking in, mind leaking out. Leaking mind, you cannot master it. There's no enlightenment. And Nirvana mind, that's no more leaking mind. Understanding of mind is Nirvana. That's why presenting. Otherwise, mind is Buddha. They're talking about. Korean masters, mind is Buddha. I told them, your nose is sticking in a dog shit. That's what it is, yes. As long as mindfulness, then they're in hell. The Hinayana Buddhists practice mindfulness, that they are in present hell, that means. That's not Buddhism. Well, it doesn't belong to even grade school either. Grade school, at least they study cause and effect. Genuine mind they study. That's what it means. And studying God and heaven, Mahayana textbooks, they are not yet until they attain supreme enlightenment. Therefore, prime enlightenment, mind over prime enlightenment, your upraised mind, called Nirvana palace. And then your God and heaven over, you attain supreme enlightenment, Nirvana daylight. That's my present. That's called Anuttara Samyak Sambhari. Therefore, genuine attain enlightenment poem, poem songs, they're called. There are spirit leading. They are called Eagle Mountain. Eagle Mountain.
Where the ego resides.
Both Eagle Mountain. Start from India. India capital city. Buddha was the spiritual leading in Eagle Mountain. He was there. That means Indian culture is whoever person died, their dead body, they put him on top of rock, mountain, or let out, birds or animals eat it. Either way they can eat, they make pooping, they make topsoil again. The human body is tied up, so make ashes, throw it away. That's topsoil, turning topsoil. Earth is topsoil. That's a vegetable grow well.
It's a little metric.
There's a tree grows well.
I think Tibetan people still doing that.
Tibet, they are
Yes.
very close, they're very close cultures. Yes. Therefore, this where's my soul? Body turned into soul, topsoil, and then where's my spirit? Spirit eagle-eyed. Buddha preached that eagle eye. That eagle eye is no different. One flower has 5 petals. Yes, that's what it is. And then your supreme enlightenment, body of eagle. That's called Nirvana daylight.
Body of eagle.
Body of eagle. Eagle, fly, bird. Bird is eyes. Human eye, physical eye, and divine eye, wisdom eye, and Dharma eye, Buddha eye. That eyes belong to only head part. And where's the body? Body part is prime enlightenment, supreme enlightenment. Also. Get it?
When you use the term genuine mind,
Genuine mind?
you mean Nirvana or enlightenment?
Well, true mind, called true mind means enlightenment.
Not your physical mind.
Physical means it's hallucination. Forms are hallucination, not real. And the physicians, they take care of it. Like no different your car underneath hood. Engine and then mechanical matters. And the human body, same thing, no different. Underneath hood, same system. Physicians. Physicians only look at the people. Also there's a vet, animal doctors. Animal doctor makes more money, more, very private. They pay less insurance. Nobody sue back. Animal, they don't say anything anymore. That's why animal doctors, they make more money. Human, physicians, they make high insurance. Other one mistake, people sue back.
Would you use the term subconscious mind? Subconscious
There's no
mind?
such subconsciousness. If there's subconsciousness, only you go cause, effect, consciousness, 3 parts. Your body only 3 parts. Your spirit part, mind part, physical body part. Physical body part cause Hollywood, old meal.
Let's go back to the spiritual part. Is that the genuine mind?
Spiritual means that they're not necessarily genuine. Yeah, you can say. Genuine mind means a Nirvana mind. Nirvana, highly beautiful, genuine mind. Not we call, that's Chinese way to describe it. I describe Nirvana, highly beautiful, enlightenment, not mind. Mind is not there. If mind talking about your leaking mind, you belong to 8 aliyah consciousness. If you're talking of the mind, that's not a way to do. Only enlightenment. You can prime enlightenment, or no beginning enlightenment, or supreme enlightenment. Without enlightenment, you could be, you'd step on, someone step on your tail. Mind is tail, yes.
So when you're saying spiritual, we're operating your mind. That's spiritual consciousness?
Spiritual enlightenment. That's very important. Not spiritual mind, not spiritual leader or spiritual eagle eye. You're right here. Spiritual eagle eye, spiritual enlightenment. Prime enlightenment, supreme enlightenment. Without enlightenment, there's no Buddhism. Absolutely. If with mind, there's no Buddhism either. Then hell. Mindfulness in hell. Also, petal hell is emptiness. In emptiness. In God means in emptiness. Believe in God means then in mind matters. That's petal hell. I told you. Hell is too much.
Nothing was put in the Buddha when he was enlightened, the historical Buddha. Nothing went into him. He, or whatever the historical Buddha can be described as, became out of the form world. So nothing went into him when he was enlightened. Right?
Don't forget, only you can describe the two way. One in earth way, another one heaven way. On earth form. Planet, all planets, stars, all stars. Look at it, blue sky, stars. Those planets, the form world, and or space, emptiness. Only two way you can describe it. But human has spirit matters, and mind matters, and body matters, physicians.
But that's, why do you want to differentiate between the two? I'm missing that. In other words, there's either you're enlightened or you're not. Okay, so there's two ways. What's the spiritual, physical, and then the mind again? I mean, the mind is part of the physical.
Well, it's not enlightenment means they're attached to mind work, or emptiness. That means connected, chained up. Any chained up form world or emptiness. Form is emptiness, that part is very risk. That's you call the animal the trapping the machine. Yeah. The snipers the aiming at the point. We call the target. Don't be in target. No matter what you aim, you cannot see me. The triple emptiness. That's why always your on time justice. On time justice. Called the diamond samadhi, diamond prajna. Very, very complicated. 32 chapters of whole books going. Diamond samadhi called emptiness. Emptiness self, it could be true. It's not true. Emptiness self is in emptiness. In means mind matters. And because the two of them, Buddha says, go with like a buffalo horn. One buffalo has one head, two horns, and you go with it. That's triple emptiness. That's why y equal mx plus b. That's why I made it this. Y means triple emptiness. M means mind world, form world. X means emptiness. Mind over prime enlightenment, God and heaven over supreme enlightenment. Therefore, prime enlightenment and supreme enlightenment, both P. P means Buddhahood.
So the only way to solve the equation is by M or X being 0, and then you become B.
No. MX plus B. Yeah, MX. X-Men means they're in federal hell. X-Men means X-Men in hell. The movie X-Men I saw.
It's a horrible,
That's
horrible thing that happens to them.
Supreme healing way to describe that.
Yeah.
That's the NIH try to describe that. That's Maitreya Buddha described called Y equal mx plus b, Maitreya Buddha. That's what he told.
So
Exactly same.
I've got just a difficulty in understanding the difference between prime enlightenment and supreme enlightenment. The difference between prime enlightenment and supreme enlightenment, and why, as Andy was saying, why is there even a distinction?
Prime enlightenment means belong earth. Supreme enlightenment belong to heaven. Earth and heaven different. Earth spinning in space, the journey around called the solar system. You know, if successful, the planet come from galaxy, so it balance, imbalance turn narrowly disappear. But when successful, well balanced, they get into group or oneself. You know, Earth is with moon turn around solar system.
So in prime enlightenment, are you still being operated by reality?
What?
In prime enlightenment, are you still being operated?
Of course, the reality, we're talking reality. As your station we live on Earth, form world.
But how then is that enlightenment if you're being operated? If you're still being operated?
Of course, supreme enlightenment, solar system. Solar system, you know that solar system. Have to go NASA and describe again.
But I have the same problem, because it's a degree, to me it's a degree of consciousness. In other words,
consciousness is just leave it alone. When you bring up consciousness, there's no way you can solve it.
yeah, the Buddha had supreme enlightenment because of
On
his
nature, self-nature,
his own nature.
your own nature too,
Yeah,
everybody's
but
nature.
so the degree of consciousness or enlightenment, for to give a simile for it, is a degree of personal development. How much
Not necessarily development. We call it systematic, principle-wise.
or realization.
Form libre, naturally form libre, turn into self, person death disappeared, come forms and disappeared by self. In the Chinese way that described, forms are libre alone, disappeared. The mountain, no matter mountain time, mountain so high, it nanosecond time passed by, turn into crash mode. It's emptiness. Form is emptiness, it means that. Form means time floating. Emptiness means time stopped. Floating time, you gotta stop it. Stop the time, you got float it. That's called kalpas.
So are you saying that you can have prime enlightenment
Then
in time?
floating time, stop it. That's prime enlightenment.
But floating time stop or floating
Stop
time?
it, yeah.
I thought the supreme enlightenment was time stop.
No.
No,
Floating time, form mode means floating time matters.
Yes.
That gotta stop it. And emptiness means already stop the time, not floating. That stop the time, you let it floating. That's called kalpas. That's two different branches. You don't get it?
No.
Get back your license, lawyer license.
They don't teach that in law school. It wasn't on the bar exam. Let me just put it that way.
We'll take it back.
Maybe I think the problem could be that, supreme enlightenment and prime enlightenment can coexist, right? When you achieve this.
Of course, they're one body. Yeah.
One body, yeah.
Same
Right.
body. Yeah.
Right. So I think the dilemma
Eagle
here
body
is-
or eagle eyes is no different. They're same eagle.
Right. So the dilemma seems to be the primary enlightenment, or once you achieve, what are we talking about, the higher enlightenment, supreme enlightenment, that doesn't necessarily mean primary enlightenment ends. They coexist.
They are same.
Yeah.
Same.
Well, but you can say that about just general reality. We're all enlightened theoretically in a general sense. Why
matter
then do you
where
make a
the
distinction of
spirits
prime
matter.
enlightenment?
Huh?
Why then do you make a distinction of prime enlightenment?
There's nothing same. When you have body, you have 2 eyes, 2 ears, and 2 nostrils, and you one your neck. Where you one neck lost with top of the all the six consciousness disappeared. Brain means two part brain, right? You know that right arm, left arm go the other way. You know that physicians they know.
Let me give a
Sometimes
try.
the surgery they forget that changing.
So let me give it a try this. I think what we're saying is that the difference here is actually the level of realization. Enlightenment is enlightenment. Supreme enlightenment is actually coexisting with, because it's just
Enlightenment is enlightenment. That's it.
That's it.
Daylight. No difference. Prime enlightenment, supreme enlightenment, same. No difference. But prime enlightenment belongs to Earth, Maharaj, form world. Time floating will stop
But
it.
if it belongs to something, then there is a
Not
difference.
belonged.
Well, you just
Everybody
said-
belongs.
You said it belonged to Earth. And so I'm asking you why.
Time means, floating time is called, because form world there is.
If it belongs to Earth, then it's a state of consciousness.
Of course, consciousness.
Well,
Not consciousness.
The way to explain it is the degree of consciousness.
If consciousness itself, well, one earlier consciousness end up, that's it. Earlier consciousness is not enlightened. Emptiness is not enlightened.
But it's a degree of consciousness.
Yes, yes.
I can understand that in supreme enlightenment, it is all things and no things, and there's no manifestations. I understand the supreme enlightenment idea.
So easy.
But why make
You
a
guys,
distinction of anything less than
children,
that?
look at the puzzles, right? Piece of puzzles,
Right.
putting piece put together, become one frame picture. With the all disassemblies, piece of a piece, the pile of puzzle pieces, assembly, disassembly by self.
So
Who did?
disassembling, when it's disassembled, you're saying that's prime enlightenment? And when it's
No,
assembled,
not necessary.
it's
Not necessary.
it's supreme enlightenment.
It's got cause and effect. Cause and effect. There's two pieces. Cause and effect, there is highly ignorance. Right? We call the science. Science highly, it's make all kind of, poisons, whole EPA, environment,
Protection.
pollution. Only science made it. Nobody made it, only science made it. Stupid enough. Very clean cut, our air and the water and everything so clean. Now everything we buy, even water we buy from supermarket.
The EPA does seem to make a lot of excuses for why the world should remain polluted, because we can't afford to clean it up, right? So that's why it's called the
Not
environmental
we.
pollution agency.
Nature itself clean up.
Right.
Yeah, you can look at what space of how big your space is. You smoke filled it, you open windows, then slowly disappeared, right? Nature self take care of it, but it's overdoing. Look at the China, Beijing, China now. People cannot stand it there. So polluted because they want to make money. Make money is so means they make so many planes all over.
I thought regarding difference, I thought in the past you explained pretty well. The supreme enlightenment is triple emptiness. The prime
Triple,
enlightenment is
yes.
double emptiness.
Not
I thought
necessarily
you-
double
I thought you
emptiness.
mentioned.
No.
So to me, prime enlightenment is
I know.
incomplete enlightenment.
Prime enlightenment means form world.
Right.
Supreme enlightenment emptiness.
Right.
That's different.
I thought for prime enlightenment, people still there's emptiness, but the one who achieved prime enlightenment attached to emptiness. For the supreme enlightenment, is also you need to empty that emptiness. That's where the triple emptiness is. That's the complete enlightenment. Is it
It's
right?
triple emptiness is just right for
Right. Supreme enlightenment.
three kayas.
That's
yes.
what
That's where I have the problem, is because it seems to me that as long as you have the idea of a form world, you're not enlightened. You're not enlightened at all. I mean, you may be on the theoretical sense, but
No person who has two eyes, or some person who born with without two eyes, blind guy. The same person, we treat it handicapped, but the same person. But one who has no eyes, it's very, very difficult for himself. That's called prime enlightenment.
is that enlightenment at all? Isn't that just part of the form world?
form world, Earth, we call Earth, Mother Earth. Mother Earth, body, Mother Earth is. Body die, body after death, ashes turn into topsoil. The tree grow well.
I think for me, it's just easier to go back to the analogy that Lin was saying, that the triple emptiness is, you form is emptiness, emptiness is form, and then stand on it instead of being in it, and being the triple emptiness.
Triple emptiness is the other way around, it's emptiness form.
No, look at yourself first.
Triple emptiness is actually the other way around, it's emptiness form, it's no form, it's emptiness.
Well, you have to start with form as emptiness.
Well, that's not triple emptiness.
No, that's what I'm saying. You have to start with form as emptiness, then you have emptiness as form, and then neither form is emptiness, neither emptiness is form.
I don't think it's actually there about, when you get there, it's not even about emptiness or form.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's not about any of it. You're
It's
beyond
not
that.
about, it's not about consciousness,
that's
it's not
a-
about...
Is a prime enlightenment
mind.
being something like
It's
a
not about
water
anything.
carrier?
I know, but he's
versus
using the
water
triple
on
emptiness
the
as
other
a-
side, supreme enlightenment. And the prime enlightened being can carry the water to those of us who are not enlightened and show us and let us drink it.
No, same enlightenment, but name difference. Yes, same your body, name difference in your nose and ears, and hands and legs, and different name. Same your body. Same you, yes. Enlightenment is not get away from yourself. And if dictator of the God is standing out in some heaven world, different worlds, that's not it. All that belong to three parts. Your spirit, the mind, the body, three parts.
So you're referring prime enlightenment, just open a book, supreme enlightenment, also close a book?
Well, you can do
Is
that,
what
yeah.
you're referring to?
You rather open books is so complex, just close books. So many people holding on one Bible and rolling around.
But that's exactly the Chinese Zen master was teaching. I didn't see that. I thought you were talking about different thing.
No,
They
no.
were talking about three level enlightenment. It's exactly like we were teaching.
Triple ways.
Yeah.
But that's why United States standing with three ways. Administration of the Tao. Another lawmakers. Another was justice. Three ways. That's why all the dictators' power divided up three. That's basic is. Yes. But everyone turn it to money, and turn it to capitalism.
Supreme enlightenment.
So Mr. Shin, and then people are saying, mountain's mountain, river's river.
What's it?
Mountain's not mountain, river's not river. Mountain's mountain, river's river.
Mountain means emptiness form. That's mountain means mountain is all the form was immobilized. That's Kumarazov described that. Kumarazov is very, very genius. It's brightest I've never seen. Only because of Chinese Zen, because of Kumarazov, I just respected quite a bit. Otherwise, Chinese Zen flunk out and give out this evil eye, right away cut off. Eagle had no head and and the body and the Kumarazova is described so well.
So he was the one that brought the concept of Shunyata from China, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah, he brought it, websites folks. But website folks that come on the way, the ship is sunk into water. So everybody took all the things away, still thinking about finally the websites, threw away. The ship was sunk. Therefore, they didn't come in China, but Kumarazova figured out. Even though without that book, he just figured out. That's why Chinese people is standing there. That much is smart. He was genius, yes. Emptiness form, this galaxy matters, and the form is emptiness, galaxy matters, emptiness form is solar system matters, because that's emptiness form, that mountains, that's freeze, immobilized. Form is immobilized. That's what he described. I agree, yeah.
Gosung, earlier were you suggesting that nature has a way of taking care of itself, but humans have messed it up? Is that kind of?
Once you enlighten, nature is yourself. Nature belongs to you.
Yeah. Okay, but before I get there.
No, not there, here. It sounds like mindfulness. Here and there, here and there, that's all the talk shit.
Mindfulness is #1 meditation of health. You know, NIH promotes.
No way. NIH, they want to make business out of the prescriptions. Say.
Yeah, yeah, they promote it. They
If
promote
people not sick, hospital bankruptcy, and the NIH bankruptcy, and all the economy goes slow down.
Yeah.
And
Well,
you used to be a gas price a little lower, now coming up, the people's pockets are a little empty.
Do you really think doctors and nurses believe that? Don't you think they're good, caring?
They don't believe it. They are science anyway. Yeah.
The what?
They are science.
Yeah.
Doctors or NIH or the science models.
Mhm.
Cause and effect model. We call the grade school.
Mhm.
That's models. We call the Hinayana mindfulness. Hinayana is. They are help, present help.
Do they realize it?
If they realize, they wouldn't do it.
So, what are we supposed to do about it? Nothing?
What are we going to do?
Well,
Let them do it.
Let them
How
live in their life.
how difficult.
don't we
They-
have a responsibility to do
Yes,
something?
they are damaging our air and the water and our clothes, our house, everything contaminated. You bring new car, there's all pollution inside. Bring new house, all the pollution inside there.
But see, this suggests what's called a Luddite mentality. Luddite, before all this
You can make
technology-
any word, no matter what it is. Word is all
All this technology is bad.
the technology means dream world, hallucination.
Yeah, but it exists, and it
Of course.
continues to get perpetuated.
Not necessarily exist. When you're smart enough, you don't consider they're there. They're only dream world, like water bubbles.
But are we supposed to do anything about this?
We,
We
who are we?
Quasi-enlightened.
Cross another level now. That's what we got.
Quasi-enlightened.
Quasimodo.
Yeah, let them enlightenment, they wouldn't do it.
If they were enlightened, they wouldn't do it.
All right.
Wasn't our Bodhisattva vow suggesting that we should help them to realize their enlightenment?
Of course, yes.
Yeah. How do we do that?
That's
How
why
is it?
you open class
Class.
and teaching.
Oh, okay.
Open class means you open mouth.
Another way to look at evolution is that even though, emotional mind, so forth, we've evolved these wonderful brains that are capable of thinking and doing science. It seems that we can use these minds with through our enlightened to really improve quality of life on this planet. I keep getting back to just sitting on the cushion and meditating. I don't see how that's going to improve suffering.
Well, because you're sitting on cushion meditating, that's why.
I don't. I'm not.
In night and already like daylight.
Yeah. Where am I at?
He really got it.
Just at least you can open eagle eye. That much you can teach people quite a bit.
Yeah. I feel good moving in the world and trying to do some good without it. It makes me feel good.
Interfering, yeah.
Huh?
Do not interfering anybody, but let them
Yeah.
attain enlightenment.
Not interfering.
So when you talk about now being a little bit more serious about Jim saying,
Sincere.
the difference between actually interfering and teaching and transmitting the Dharma.
Yeah.
So what you're talking about is transmitting the Dharma, right? It's not really teaching per se.
Yeah, transmitting Anuttara Samya Sambodhi is the most you probably you get it. Forever, you never get bodily, mindly, body. That's what we call disease. Nothing will contaminate you. That's what it is.
And that transmitting never stops.
Yeah, transmitting the three layers.
Yeah.
For bodhisattvas first, and second human being bodhisattvas. The Sariputra and 12 and the 14th patriarch on 28th patriarch. They're called four bodhisattvas. And the third is the Mahakasyapa to Hinu. That's third, we call third grade. A, B, C, the C grade, yes. C grade is not, you can get a job. At least B grade, it's okay. That's called the, his nickname called the Eagle Eye Cook. Federal work. I guess Dr. Wang said you federal work too, right?
I will figure out.
You say Eagle Eyes.
I'm going to a philosophy meetup group this afternoon, and we're going to talk about why do we put so much emphasis on certainty. Certainty.
Ask for United States history. If they don't answer the one, they flop. They're not philosophers.
Yeah.
I didn't study American history, but I know.
You didn't study,
I didn't study American history.
but you know it.
Well, first time I come in, I knew immigration office there, the eagle, in the statue, the eagle picture there. Why is there? Doesn't mean why I'm there.
But you had to study to get your citizenship, right?
No.
You didn't? No.
So you have the choice that you speak English. That's it.
Right.
Yeah.
As soon as you finish your graduate school, the people they ask for and right away, why don't you get the citizenship?
Right. I thought they asked you questions like who was the first president?
Well, those are little things, but it's very, very normal things. Who's your
Oh,
congressman?
yeah.
I think we're knowing history about his history. Not really.
I see.
Yeah, now
Yeah.
they
That was my
do
experience.
have a simple exam.
Yeah.
Now for naturalization process, they do have simple exam. They give you a book. There's some historical history of this country. You have to learn that and then go and randomly select.
The English requirement is harder now.
It got to be higher. The bar got to be higher and higher without naturalized. So they do the exam on history.
Someday you'll have to know both English and Spanish in order to be a citizen, but not yet.
Maybe Chinese.
Well, if you study, no, if you study medicine, you gotta know Spanish prescription name or the Spanish names
Uh-huh.
quite a bit. If you're not gonna become a physician, you don't have to study Spanish. Engineering, mechanic, all those. That's English is good enough.
Master Shin, talking about teaching exam, we heard that word a lot here. So how the person will be eligible to teaching exam? Now, what criteria you say when people reach that, and you say, okay, you can go into teaching exam?
Yeah, one who in that open spiritual eye.
Open spiritual.
Spiritual eye.
Okay.
Spiritual eye, you right away, you got three manifestation. Three manifestation means you got divine eye open, and second, no leaking mind. Third one, predestination. That's three destination of the mind
You
of
mean
enlightenment.
through past life?
Right.
So a prerequisite before teachings then is those three things: no leaking mind.
Right. At least no leaking mind. Sixth patriarch, he was a leaking mind. He was. He talking about looking at understanding mind is like a seeing nature. Seeing nature is not enough. Seeing nature, mind leaking. It's understanding mind, it's mind leaking. Mind over, nirvana. That's a normal leaking mind. Because mind is nirvana. Understanding of mind is nirvana. That's why therefore mind over nirvana, the prime enlightenment. Prime enlightenment, no leaking mind. Mind leaks, that's not masters. But still, he teach quite a bit. all Chinese, Koreans, Japanese, they're obeying him. The Joge sect means all belong to him. Joge sect means cyber. Cyber or official. Or phony, another pony.
If you achieve no leaking mind, is that any guarantee it won't leak in the future? If you achieve no leaking mind,
The forever.
how do you know?
Which mind is nirvana. You are at least your red skin, you're all set.
So in Christianity, we've had fallen saints and Zen masters. Aren't there any fallen Zen masters who fall back into emotional consciousness?
Well, pony mind is pony master. If there is mind, it's pony.
Okay.
As long as there is no mind, no leaking mind, we call it red skin. Red color is nirvana color is red.
So once you achieve no leaking mind,
Forever, that's it.
It is forever.
Forever, yes. Also, you gotta be divine eye open. And then predestination. No petal hell. No more petal.
So it's not like plumbing. If you fix a leak, it could leak later. It's just fixed forever.
Plumbing is very low quality. People you ask for plumber, calling plumbers. Don't call plumbers.
Well, when you talk about leaking mind, I think of a
Eagle eye.
pipe leaking,
Call eagle eye.
patch it out.
Pipe is formal.
Okay. Yeah.
Would you define enlightenment as the abandonment of the physical mind?
Yeah, it goes involved the form world is all the mind world matters. Emptiness was all the God matters. That's why it goes both of you can over. Form is emptiness, two categories can over.
But the physical,
Emptiness form, yes.
But the physical mind is over.
That's correct. Yes. Physical means knowledge, take knowledge. Physics
Doesn't look good anyways.
But at NIH, they want to know what is the state of the brain and your neuronal structure when you achieve supreme enlightenment. Is it a reasonable question?
Good Lord.
I mean, something obviously has to happen to the brain. Right?
Come stick their
Nervous
nose in
Brain
dog
means
shit.
spirits.
brain disappears.
Yeah.
No,
Find out.
spirit.
Maybe eat it.
Yeah.
Spirit.
Spirit.
Yeah, spirit. Eagle eye.
I'm not sure what the answer means.
Not soul. No soul train,
Yeah.
not soul.
Not-
Enlightenment or another Buddha nature.
okay.
Enlightened nature. Yeah. Soul means enlightenment. That's the main core is. Your soul is prime enlightened already. You tried looking at the eagle eye, no such things. Your self nature is prime enlightenment. It's preaching, you're preaching. You're talking. When you open mouth, got truth, nothing but truth thinking. True thinking brain is this. Wrong thinking brain is the turn to philosopher, Kant.
That's what we call interfere.
Huh?
That type teaching called interfere.
The meditation means wrong thinking.
Can
Yeah.
was closed.
Zen meditation is right thinking.
He says a can was
Enlightened,
closed,
yes.
but not enough.
He was wrong thinking because he developed a philosophy as opposed to
Right. Philosophy. Philosophy means grouping.
What?
Tell you.
What
You
is
knew,
that?
knew about it.
Don't take a notch.
No, I think Kant was enlightened.
Kant is enlightened. Kant is denying all this consciousness. He's denying. But he's nearby,
He got close, huh?
close enough.
All right.
But top guy says stop. Unless you stop, I'll put you in jail. He stopped.
The noumena is nirvana consciousness, your enlightened nature. The phenomena is emotional mind. That's what he discovered. It's
No.
what
Once you know nirvana, no more mind there.
Okay.
No more philosophy there.
But you have to convey things in words. I mean, I think he was enlightened, and even Buddha had to say things in words. I mean, just it's up to the receiver to get it, not.
Buddha never said one word.
While talking, going to stop, silence, that's nirvana. While, silence and open mouth, that's nirvana too.
Yeah.
But nirvana and mobilize, form word, it's the same, no difference. But people, their mindfulness demanding mindfulness. That's the problem. So much you touch it, they change off. Get over. Get over. Say, stop. Do. Okay, we talk too much? Not too much. Compared to 49 years open mouth. Sentient beings are numberless. We vow to save them. Desires are inexhaustible. We vow to end them. The dharmas are boundless. We vow to master them. The Buddha's way is incomparable. We vow to attain it.